an eye on the customer, you would never go wrong. But then take that eye or take the understanding of the customer and put that into your operations, your sales, your marketing, your technology. It's the heart of it all, right? Especially with COVID-19 and so much going on. You can't sit in a box. You can't stay in a box. Be flexible. So just follow the customer. Use data, follow the customer.
Hello and welcome to a whole new episode of the Engati CX. I'm your host Chandni, and we're really glad to have all of you join us today. On this show, we talk to CX and technology experts from all around the world. We explore, uncover, and share fresh insights on creating experiences that your customers will remember and look forward to. Engati is the world's leading multilingual, no-code digital CX platform available across 14 channels with 45,000 solutions created across 186 countries in every domain and use case. Engati has also been recognized as a top platform by Inc. magazine, Tech World, CIO, and many others. We run the Engati blog, video channel, and the Engati CX podcast, receiving upwards of 400,000 visitors annually. And now for our guest, Debbie Akwara is a customer experience trainer, a founder and principal consultant at Niche Customer Experience CX consulting firm. She creates products, services, solutions, and platforms that help businesses satisfy and retain customers. With over 20 years of experience, she has driven customer experience success for local, Pan-African, and international organizations across multiple sectors. Besides her work in customer experience, she is also passionate about corporate social responsibility and socio-economic development in Africa by creating platforms and opportunities for organizations and high net worth individuals to give back to low income communities in Nigeria. Welcome to the show, Debbie. We're excited to talk to you today.
Thank you so much, and Danny. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. But before we begin our interview with Debbie, don't forget to click on the subscribe button to get access to exclusive content from thought leaders from around the globe. To begin with the interview, Debbie, could you explain your approach towards maintaining positive reviews from existing customers? And do you reward customers when they provide positive feedback?
So, what we do at Niche Customer Experience Consulting Firm, really, in terms of encouraging reviews, is we make our solutions and the services that we offer as relatable as possible. And for us, we don't see them as customers, we see them as relationships. So, the way our products and services are structured, one interaction with the customer is just the beginning of several to come. So with that in mind, we're always about, we don't even ask for reviews or feedback sometimes intentionally because of the kind of work that we do. We want to see the results and the outcome. So what we do is more of engagement, right? So we would stay in touch with you. How is it going? Have you been able to use one, two, three, four, five things? Have you done all the things that you said you're going to do? So if it's someone who attended the training, for instance, at the Niche Institute of Customer Experience in West Africa, we're checking in to find out how they're doing, any new challenges, is the knowledge helpful? And then in the course of that, we get their feedback, and depending on, most of the time they're very so elated by the feedback, and we are so blown away by the feedback. They're like, okay, would you mind putting that down for us, or in your own words, or would you like us to use this information online, right? So, and then we always keep keep in touch, basically. Now, from a loyalty, I mean, that applies to all our services, whether it's a customer experience project or a training. That's our approach, really. It's a relationship. So we stay in touch, and from staying in touch, we get feedback, right? Yeah. So I would say for loyalty programs, I would say what we do with our clients really is that we have a structure in place such that if you are, so the first thing that we do is that we prioritize you when it comes to a similar offering that we have that we know is beneficial to you, right? So when it comes to a similar offering we have offered to you, or something that we know will be of benefit to you, so we prioritize you. If it's for a limited window, we prioritize you as a customer. And we also give some form of discount. So we give discounts. We are very, even though for projects we execute, we are very big on terms and conditions of the engagement. But for repeat customers, we are extremely flexible. And then for repeat customers as well, when it comes to the project that we execute, we are hands-on. So again, like I said, it's about the relationship. So part of the loyalty scheme is even after we're done, we are hands-on, we are available to help you in the journey of execution. The way our engagement is structured in like a relationship. So once you come to us with one need, for us, we don't see you as a customer, we see you as a relationship, right? So by virtue of that, a loyalty program for us is number one, we prioritize you. If the event that we have a new offering or something that we have on the table that you need. And then the second thing that we do is we are with you on the journey, right? So some of the time, some of these things we even do for our clients for free. You can call us, what you think about this? Can you do some of those things? We have them that are ready. We make them available to our clients, right? So we have, and then of course, obviously, discounts on service, obviously. So we have that as well. So it's threefold. It's threefold, really. It's the relationship structure, the way it will prioritize customers. We offer stuff to them for free, depending on the connection with what they're asking to the project that was executed. And then the third one is we offer discounts on projects.
That's really great, Debbie. So here we spoke about the positive feedback, but what if the opposite happens? What if we get like a negative feedback from the customers? So can you share some ideas on how to convert these negative online product reviews or feedbacks into something promising?
Yes, I have received a couple of negative feedback, right? And right, so it was on a project that we executed, and although we did our bit as a consulting firm, the client did not execute all the recommendations, so they didn't get the desired results. And for them, it was a case of it's not working, right? Now, for us, what we now did, it was painful because we put in everything to get the work out. So what we have now taken that feedback to do is part of our contract and engagement with every client is that we keep the channel of communication open and assist with implementation to a certain degree, which is why I said that also inspired our loyalty program, like I mentioned. So part of the stuff we do for free. So we kind of put that in there to check. We're still testing it because the truth is, it's time we have to pay for our time. So we're still testing with a few more clients so that we can see a pattern with up to quite a number of clients. And we know that, okay, for sure, part of our billing should include this period because tried and tested on an average for an average scenario, it takes a customer this period of time to fully implement. So we have to be available. So part of our pricing and contracts will now cover that mandatorily because I would explain to clients why. So that was it. And there's another one again where a customer said to me, so I was asking for feedback, and she said, it's like you're more interested in the feedback than getting feedback from me than what's priority to me, right? But that's not the case. Okay, so it got us thinking like, okay, were we pushing for feedback at the detriment of when it's convenient for the customer, right? And that got us thinking about our strategy. So when it comes, and we've kind of worked around how to get feedback, which is this new way now where we are calling you after the program and checking in. How is everything going? And based on the feedback that you give us, we will now say, okay, would you like us to use this feedback? Would you like to document or put it in a video? We give options and our customers can choose.
That's a really good way, Debbie. I think following up with customers and getting to know them is a really important way, and I think a lot of businesses should actually adapt to that. So,
Yeah.
moving on to my next question, Debbie. When posting reviews in forums or websites, everybody can see it, whoever is online, and sometimes it can cause a shift in customers' experience. So, what is your approach on moderating online customer complaints?
So I don't believe that customer complaints should be moderated, whether it's online or whatever. Like this incident I mentioned to you now, it was like a group chat where all these clients were. and a customer puts this on. So you have other people in that chat room who would see this, right? And my response to the customer was, I would like to take this offline and discuss with you in some more detail to better understand your response or what you have posted, right? So I don't think that it is advisable to moderate it at all, in my opinion. Let customers speak, right? And then you respond, because the way you respond in itself is going to impact anybody, a third party's opinion about your product, in my view, right? So it's how you respond. Some things you can follow up offline, right? But establish that. I don't believe in moderation, to be honest. It is what it is. People should say exactly what they feel. But then there are some cases where, I mean, which is quite common, where someone puts a really, really bad post and then company engages and says, oh, gets the person to pull it down, right? But when you're while pulling it down, in the days that we're in, several people have done like screenshots and put it on Twitter, put it on Facebook, and put it on Instagram. So, it doesn't make sense. So I always advise on that thread, establish a response, and then you can take it offline. But I don't encourage moderation.
That's really true. I mean, yes, we should moderate online reviews. So these reviews, Debbie, at times can act as a form of marketing also for businesses. So how do
Yeah.
we align our data-driven marketing strategies and customer experience strategies simultaneously? So does this strategy also change for geographies, industries, and demographics?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You have to know your target market first. You have to know your operating community. You have to know what the culture is. So in some instances, marketing kind of reviews absolutely help for marketing. Obviously, yeah, they do help for marketing, right? But then there's a place of data, and I think for marketing to be effective, it should be a combination of both, right? And I'll tell you why. One of the things that we encourage our clients to do who are working on marketing, because the whole point of improving experience is to get people to buy more, and you have to be able to sell the experience that you have improved. So I mean, key thing in marketing, is a marketing message should demonstrate that you know the customer, which is data. Yeah. So it's like, hey, Debbie, you know the customer. And then you know what the customer's problem is. Obviously, you've done your research, which is data. And then when you have looked at that, the third thing that you consider in your marketing message is this is the solution to your problem. Again, it's data, because you can't recommend what you haven't tested or you haven't tried. And then the fourth thing there is this is what we recommend us as the best fit for your problem, right? So that's where recommendation based on what? That's where the reviews now begin to come in. So it's not just about you. People like you have used the program. This is what they have to say. So I think it's a combination. Smart marketing will combine reviews and data.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of businesses do really use these techniques to, market their products on the basis of recommendation and goodwill.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
before we wind up with the interview, Debbie, are there any other thoughts you'd like to share our audience with?
I mean, it's just. I mean, there's so much in the world of the consumer, right? And the amount of information that you get is dependent on the amount of research that you do, either by studying how customers use your product, or asking them direct questions, right? Or just basically studying consumer behavior, your target market, study their behavior. There's so much, and this is something that we have used it's a consulting service that we run, but we have used this to create products that are profitable. So an eye on the customer, you would never go wrong. But then take that eye or take the understanding of the customer and put that into your operations, your sales, your marketing, your technology. It's the heart of it all, right? So what I would say, just don't be kind of like straight jacketed, like a fixed on one thing, and not be flexible. Be flexible, because the customer, especially with COVID-19 and so much going on, you can't sit in a box. You can't stay in a box. Be flexible. So just follow the customer. Use data, follow the customer.
Absolutely. And when you said there is so much of data, this data is also very dynamic. It keeps on changing. Even the consumer behavior, as you mentioned during COVID, has changed completely or to a great extent everywhere. So it becomes
Yeah.
really important to keep track of it, as you said.
Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Debbie, for giving us your time. Your insights were
Thank you.
really valuable, and I know our audience is going to enjoy this interview.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Same here. So we'll be back with a new episode and a whole new expert soon. So stay tuned and we'll see you around for the next one. Thank you.